Make my disguise on Meraki. Okay, we've got the valuable item, and there's no actual overworld entry point to the Devil Slums. You only access it through the teleport thread. We can go to the entrance, and this is a really cool area. So it looks like our disguise is a Saki Matama is the yellow one. And yeah, it's just like an island, like surrounded by rocks. You can probably pinpoint where it is on the map based on the tower here being here. Yeah, it's just a little city only for demons. And there's a bunch of NPCs around that give you daily quests and weekly quests. And this is all completely fresh new content. Like, this wasn't made by a company. This was made by just a fan. They did an amazing job on this place. So much attention to detail. This guy can sell you the beef bowl that you can also buy in the comp shop now, which just makes your digi last a hell of a lot longer, but it's very expensive. This girl, she handles the devil hire. And the devil hire is the daily quest, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is where you take them. So I guess we'll take some requests. So we've got 3 dailies and 2 weeklies. They're all different style of quest. So we've got a dungeon expedition. That was to go kill Lucifuge. Not sure if it's the easy mode or hard mode, but I guess we'll find out. We'll take another one. Take the demon hunt. It looks like a bunch of demons in Ichigaya, just basic demons. And the material delivery is hitting up the plasmas. Plasmas in Wano. So those 3 are pretty simple and quick because they're a daily. But the weeklies are a lot more difficult. So the crystal quest requires you to fuse 5 different soul stones, which is going to be pretty difficult for most people that don't have a Synther already made. But since I do, I will be able to make these. Actually, now that I think about it, some of them require some demons I don't have access to. But luckily this one does not. Yeah, I can get all these demons, except this one is from Mound of Masakado, which we haven't actually started yet. So that might take a while. Arts and crafts is like those little colored things that you get as drops in the field. Looks like I got drill bits from, I don't know, somewhere. Other stuff you can do in here is purchase some unique clothing. These used to cost a lot of money, but I think they reduced the cost. Nope. It's still very expensive. Actually, they may have moved all this stuff somewhere else. I think that's what they did. But yeah, there's some interesting gear in here. Let me try and... Can I preview? Yeah. That's like a veil. I used to wear that a lot. The Gaian helmet. Nice. I like how my gas mask is just sticking through it. There's bazaar slots here that no one ever uses because it's really only endgamers that are coming here. This Hierogriva can sell stance rings, where you just VA them and you have a stance. I'm not sure if I can preview them though. Oh wait, there you go. Obsidian. Some of them like have you doing some crazy stuff. There's like a flip. Yeah, that one. Constant backflips. You'll just like be doing that. Whenever you're not moving, you're just backflipping. Apocalypse is the one I used to use a lot. You just like float and then slowly move back down to the ground. So I got a few of these quests to hand in. We'll start off with the Furie. This is one of the weeklies, so it should be pretty good rewards. Hello. I already had all those drill bits in my material tank, so she gave me 3 of these devil tokens, and I think their only use now would be to give you some rebirth points. Just helps you rebirth a little bit quicker. You always get 1 upper beer, which is used in a quest. You need like so many of them, like 500. Got 2 DP incense small, that's for digi increase. These are like the 1 days, except they're only 30 minutes. And 2 evil gums 75, which if you eat them and then rebirth, you'll retain 75% of the XP. Next one to hand in will be the material delivery, is the troll. I just went around Wayno and hit up the plasmas until I got enough. You can have all those. And she gave me 1 pure magnetite, which is used very similar to the fresh gummy, except you have to go to Shio to refresh your digi with this one. You can't just double click it. Oh, I did notice he also gave me 2,000 golden apples and 1,000 Yagia reports, so that's a 100 MF every day. That is insane. Can hand in the Artemis, that was just killing random demons. She gives me 1 5k SP voucher, very nice, and 3 secret room entry programs. Now I mentioned before that these are used to gain XP, but they also can give you access to a lot of interesting summon PGs for like rare demons. So this Lucifuge kill was just easy mode, didn't need to do hard mode for it, but it probably also counts. And Karas Tengu is sitting here inside a building, very difficult to find. He gives you 6 Massacadus. That'll do nicely. The main use of Massacadus is buying new skills and buying expertise cap. You get them from Diaspora mainly. So I've gathered up quite a lot of orbs. Gonna make a purchase in here. Just gotta find which NPC it is. It's probably the Incubus, who can teach your demon skills. Originally these were split into male and female, but I think in New Moon you can just teach them to anything, but they should be on the female option? No. Maybe they moved them all into the top option. Yeah, here they are. So these are supercharged shots for each elemental affinity, but what I'm after is these buffs. They're similar to like the buffs I already use, Madaru Kaja, but these ones also give your demon super armor. And they're not AoE, they're just directly to the demon, so your player can't also get advantage of them, which sucks, but it is what it is. So the red one is the one we want. That'll raise close range damage, and it costs 6 of each orb. So kind of cheap, kind of not. And the green one's for magic, blue and purple one are probably for like defensive styles, and this one seems to be for crit. But it's not final crit, it's just regular crit, so it's basically useless. So let's learn that, and it will just appear in the learn skills. Down here. We'll replace the existing one, and now he has a... Oh, it has quite an incantation, but yeah, now he has super armor, which is this Mara icon, enraged. Knockback from damage taken is nullified, and his close range and long range are simultaneously increased. Oh, and 1 cast of it adds ×4 automatically. You don't have to cast it 4 times. There should be an NPC in here that lets me unlock other NPCs, because right now a lot of these guys aren't actually doing anything for me. They just say a little line and then close out the dialogue. Might be this Kate Sif actually. Yeah, here it is. This is going to be completely untranslated, so I better go grab my translator. So the demon we want is Thoth, and this top one says invite demons to the town. And I can read a little bit of hiragana and katakana, so I can tell that this is Tot, which is Thoth. So we're going to click that, and that will invite him to the town. I think that costs a few orbs, and you can only do it once per hour. So I assume he's in here now somewhere. Oh yeah, there he is. So every time I want to run Wildcat, I can talk to this guy, give him 300k, and he'll increase my SP gain a little bit, sort of like a incense, but it stacks with incense as well, so it's pretty nice. It's a 4% boost for the base level, but if I keep giving Kate Sif orbs, I can level him up a few times, and it gets to, I think, a max of 12%, yep. 12% SP gained, which is pretty small, but I can need to take everything I can get. And that's all I really have to do in here for now. Oh, I was just running ice caves just for my slums daily, and I got one of the weapons here that lets you dig more often at these stalagmites. So you just equip it. You can see it has a set bonus. Possible to activate the icicles more times. And I guess it just has extra damage to the mobs in here, I'm guessing. Let's see, we got 1 dig, that's our normal. 2, 3, 4, 5, looks like 5. And I got a Norn soulstone. Increases your int, and it's an earring, but increases close range damage suffered. Now that we're getting one of these soul point vouchers every day, I think I can spare just a few on this Digidemon, give him a bit more power. I'm going to put 15k SP onto him right now. And we'll spend that on a rapid damage booster and Overkiller 2, which will get me 20% more LB chance. So there's the rapid booster. Just grab this one, it is plus 25%. And Overkiller 2, plus 20% to limit break chance and power, and just a plus 20 crit. Let's move those straight up. And he's ready to go. So I want to give Ichigaya End of Days a try, which is the run that houses Satan. But you can stop at any point, you don't have to go all the way to Satan. You can just stop like after a few bosses. Oh my god, there's a lot of people here, isn't there? So it's just Kuroe over here, can let you into the run. Oh, and it uses these core shields that I got before. And it's not like Kappa where if you fail the run you can just retry infinitely until you get a reward. Once you're in there, you've used up 1 core shield, and if you leave you won't be able to get it back. And these bosses are pretty difficult. We're stopping after the 3rd boss, so it's not going to be super hard, but one of them in particular, the Harlot, reflects all physical damage. And the only attack I have that isn't technically physical is Curtain Call, because Almighty isn't really physical or magical, at least when it comes to being repelled back at you. And this has a set 5-second cooldown, so it's going to take a while to chip through that Harlot. Alright, let's power up and we'll give it a try. Go to Ichigaya, we'll just use a regular core shield and we're straight in. As soon as we talk to this Kuroe, we're in a boss rush. Let's give it a try. The first boss is Abaddon. Weak to Expel, which I do not have access to. So we're going to have to try and maybe Viper Scope him down. Throw some Viper Scopes out. Oh, I didn't Digi. Duh. And that means we can now use Electric. Get some crazy damage going. Oh yeah. It's slow, but it's doable. They're not really dealing any damage to me back. I still have both my shields up. Abaddon swallowed everything. What does that mean? Oh, I'm no longer dealing any damage to him? Is this like a invulnerability phase, or is he just going to be like this for the rest of the match? Can I use Almighty? Okay, I can use Almighty, which is bad, because that means he may stay immune to electric. Oh wait, no, here we go, we're back. He swallowed everything again. He does it pretty often. I guess I can only use Almighty when he does this, which is very similar to the next boss we're going to fight. At least my Almighty attack sometimes deals, like, that's basically my cap. So after each boss you can take a loot and you just get some of this currency that you can spend in the shop. And you can talk to the NPC and choose to move forward or end the fight right there. And we're going to move forward. Next up is Harlot. I get reflected no matter what, so I just have to do that. Can only attack her with rolling guard, otherwise I'll die to reflex. And that'll let me get my high noon going. Okay, that damage wasn't too bad. Oh yeah. So this isn't too bad after all. It's just going to take a while, but at least it's doable. Lightning rains down from the sky. Is that going to hurt me? Looks like they were targeting these stalagmites. Honestly, I've rarely ever been in this boss fight for more than 10 seconds. They usually go down so quickly. I'm so weak. There's an AoE attack. Run! They reimagine reused that effect in a different fight in their custom content. It was actually really cool to have actual AoE attacks in this game that you have to dodge. Because normally you just stand still and just rapid down the boss. Yeah, so that fight wasn't too bad at all. I was kind of worried, but that was easy. The two guys coming up next can just be used... We'll just use spread on them. Looks like they know a lot of things, but spread looks fine. And this is the final boss that we're going to clear at least. Alright, I can use electric on the Osse. The other one nulls electric. Oh, he's dying real quick. My electric is super powerful compared to everything else. But I can use Viper Scope if I'm not using electric. Oh my god, what? Oh! What the fuck was that? I've never seen that before. And I've done this fight like over 1,000 times. And that's it. We did it. In a pretty quick time. It was like 10 minutes maybe? Maybe less? You can take the loot box and then talk to the guy and say you want to quit and walk away, and then another loot box will spawn for you, which gives you the actual loot. And there's custom DTs in here. We didn't get any, but there's quite a few. And they're all like a special accessory set, which I'll show you once I get one. Although I can only do this run like 9 more times, because I don't have any Zyotite to buy more of these core shields. The fact that I can't clear Cathedral hard mode right now is kind of limiting how many times I can do this run. I thought I'd try this Crowe visor that I got from Home 2, and yep, it makes me hit 999. It's really nice for your damage here, even on these like mini bosses. Oh, I got a Demon Soul, Harlot, and the Trumpeter. That is plus 50 crit, and against neutral enemies, plus 10% limit break power and 5% shot damage, and that goes on your demon. Oh, we got the plugin for probably Osse, one of the cats. Didn't end up getting any DTs, but we did get this Soul Stone. You can tarot it on for plus 2% limit break power and plus 2% TA power, but most people use it if they're Chaos to null knockback. Then you can just fuse it to your top to get plus 500 HP. It's nice for survivability. Got a Florus Hallel PG if I want one of those. And that's about it. So I've stacked up enough casino coins to buy the 3k expertise cap from the casino. So let's buy another VRP ticket, because I still haven't bought the casino charm yet. We'll use that and go up to the main desk. And my plans are to unlock C2 Enhancer, because then you can get a Pulse Assault skill which increases your damage heavily. And after I buy this, I'll just barely have enough. I may have to drop Biology by 1 class, but that's not a big deal. I'll just lose access to this. Redeem coins, 3k expertise unlock. Beautiful. Now we're sitting at 38k expertise cap. We'll head over to Thoth and set up my new build. Okay, we got 2 curative. That gives us a bunch of random skills that aren't really useful. Got 3 support. We've already had that, so we've already learned all those skills. And 1 bless. And that gives us C2.1 enhancement. We can learn Pulse of Assault and Pulse of Solid. Sad thing is I don't really have room for them on my bar. What am I gonna do? Just get rid of ice, I guess. Don't really use ice all that much anymore. And this just is a cast and costs 30 MP. And it gives me a buff that just generically increases my damage. And it scales with my current int. My int is pretty low right now. So I'm going to have to respec. I think 140 is the cap. Once you get 140, you won't increase your damage any further. So I'll just get my int up to 130 and we'll be good to go. That should help my damage quite a bit. Damn, that was fast with the Pulse Assault. Oh, the plugin! That's what we're here for. The talisman would have been a nice pull, but didn't happen to get it. It must be very rare. The plugin is 5% chance, I think. I've been here for quite a while. We'll hand in the plugin here. Get items, I think it was. Other. Plugin, Lucifuge. And Lucy Soulstone's really nice because it gives you a little bit of final crit and a little bit of LB chance as well. But he is quite a difficult demon to fuse. Requires a Gomery, which I don't have the plugin for, but I do have a PG. I think I have one in my depot right now. Yeah, here's one. So I can make 1 Lucy Soulstone right now, and that should do it. It goes on the comp. So let's see how I fare against the hard mode cathedral. I'm gonna go the rough path, and that costs 2 stacks of Zyotite, so that's the maximum I can obtain with just 1 other party member, which is just my ult. And we've got the electric buff, because obviously you have to be electric now. These guys have 1 million health each. But the Harlot in EOD had like 600k, and I was able to clear her with only using my almighty attack, so I could use electric here, no problem, and we'll see how it goes, I guess. Oh, this Crown of Thorns also clears the negative debuff you get. Don't know if I mentioned that. Please just be 1. I don't want a first 2. Okay, there's 2. Oh well. How do we do? Gotta keep my shields up at all costs because this Kiss Cannon will delete me. Yeah, the damage isn't too bad. Now I'm taking no damage from a rapid attack. My shields get removed like almost instantly. So if she does happen to Kiss Cannon me, I'm probably gonna die. But she didn't want to use it that entire kill, and that was fine. We got her down, just the Seraph left. I don't think the Seraph has any attacks that can actually kill me, so as long as the Gomery is dead, I should be good to clear it. Although I am losing mana very quickly. Oh no. Yeah, that wasn't too bad at all, was it? I'll call that comfortable. Be nice to bring the clannies here. Finally have a run that people want to do with me. So we get 1,000 apples per run here. Although it is Probably still faster to just do easy mode if you want pure apples, but the loot gets a lot better here. 10 Zyatite crystals and access to their plugins, and we can also click this box to get an extra 30 thanks to this Bloody Crown of Thorns. I'm going to start stacking these up now so we can get into more EOD runs. And there's Lucy fused up. Let's turn him into a Soulstone. Comps can't use normal turrets like the rest of them. They have to use these EXT turrets that you buy here, and you can get a more powerful version over at Shiho for a different type of currency. So we got one for each stat type. So obviously we're going to want the speed. Cost 1800 of these frenzied programs. Alright, let's put these on. Turret on the fast device. Easy. And Soulstone might be a little bit more difficult. Let's see. Oh no, it's 100%. Okay. That's it. Comp is ready. So Lucy gives, while I'm digitalized, to myself and my demon, plus 5% final crit, plus 5% limit break chance, and plus 10% limit break power. I'm going to buy a bunch of these quickly produced yakkers that she has and just put them up here in my comp so that I can just always be under digi mode. They're not going to have any skills or anything, they're just going to... Mainly it's because Lucifuge requires being digied, and also my extra does as well. So it's nice to always be in digi.